All right, here's another problem that involves distance, rate, and time. Let's go ahead and take a look here. All right, Caleb rides his horse for an hour and 30 minutes with a constant speed of 16 miles per hour. Okay, I'm going to underline that, 16 miles per hour. And then for another 2 hours, it goes a constant speed of 6 miles per hour. What distance did he go? Okay, well, this is kind of a weird problem because I have time and I have a rate or a speed that I'm given. So, but I have it two different places, so this is kind of weird. So let's think about this. So he rides his horse for an hour and 30 minutes with a constant speed of 16 miles per hour. Then for another 2 hours, he goes at a speed of 6 miles per hour. So it's kind of like he was going really fast, and then he kind of slowed it down a little bit, right? He goes from 16 to 6. So we want to find out how far he went in total. But in order to find the proper distance, we have to make this two different problems. We actually have to find the distance he covered going 16 miles per hour first. Then we have to find the distance he goes 6 miles per hour. So see the word "and" here? That's where I'm going to kind of break this into two different equations. All right, so I'm going to kind of put a line here in the middle. So I need to make two different equations. All right, so again, we need dirt in this case because distance equals rate times time. And we'll put d, r, and t over here. And we'll just solve this side right now. So, the first part. He rides his horse for an hour and 30 minutes. So that sounds like time to me. So 1 hour, 30 minutes. And if you watched one of my other videos, you realize that when we plug in this number, we can't have minutes. We need to keep it one consistent unit, and the way that we usually do it is by miles per hour. So we need to get rid of the minutes. The way that we do that, we keep the 1 hour, but we divide 30 minutes by 60 minutes. And so that will eliminate minutes for us. And 30 divided by 60, if you type it into your calculator, will give you 0.5. So 1 hour and 30 minutes is 1.5 hours. So if you do that conversion, 30 divided by 60, you're going to get 0.5. You add 1 to 0.5, and you get 1.5 hours. Okay, so now we have hours. We have 1 unit for time. Excellent. All right, with a constant speed of 16 miles per hour. Now, speed, is that going to be distance or rate? Well, speed is actually a rate. That's a good key word. And again, the word per, we talked about it. When you see the word per, that's the slope of an equation. It also means the rate of an equation. And look, we're dealing with rate here. So that's going to be 16 miles per hour. And so the one thing we don't know is the distance in this equation. All right, so let's just solve this side for right now. Let's solve this side for right now. So the one thing we don't know is distance, but we know the rate and the time. So distance equals 16 miles per hour times 1.5 hours. So in order to solve this, we need to do a little multiplication. So 16 times 1.5, we don't need to divide this time because both numbers are on the same side, and d is my variable, so it's already by itself. Perfect. 16 times 1.5 will give us 24. Now, what's the units? We're dealing with distance, and if I look at my units here, I have miles per hour and I have hours. Whenever I have duplicate of a unit, I actually get to cross it out. See how I cross out minutes towards the top? We actually do the same thing with the hours. So I can cross out the hours here and the hours here. So the only thing I'm left with is miles. So my answer is the distance is 24 miles, is how far he traveled there. All right, so that's half of it. We did the first half. Now let's go to the second half. Again, let's set it up here. D equals rate times time. Let's put DRT over here. All right, in the second part, it says for another 2 hours, so that's going to be time, with a constant speed of 6 miles per hour. Again, speed is a rate, so 6 miles per hour. Again, we want to find the distance. Okay, so let's go ahead and plug it into our equation here. So we don't know d, but we know the rate, which is 6 miles per hour, and we know the time, which is 2 hours. And 6 times 2, you could use a calculator, or come on, 6 times 2, that's going to be 12. And again, do I have a duplicate unit? Yes, I do. I have hours and hours. So all I have left is miles, so 12 miles. So I have 24 miles and I have 12 miles. I need to add those together. 24 plus 12 will equal a total distance of 36 miles is what Caleb rode. So when I have two sets of time and rates, what I do is I break it off into two different parts because the rates are different. and then I solve each one separately and add the units at the end. So that is how we find the distance he went going two different speeds.